Get ready for your family's summer adventure with Curry Honda in Chicopee. Hi, it's Cassie, and we want you to hit the road in the all-new 2026 Honda Passport, built for rugged trails and packed with style. Available in vibrant colors to match your vibe. Or pack everyone up in the new Honda Odyssey, the ultimate family minivan with a spacious interior, rear seat entertainment, and cabin watch to keep your kids in check. Come get your dream ride at Curry Honda in Chicopee on Memorial Drive or online at curryhondamass.com.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:49 and Black Sabbath with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rain today with a high of 72. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 79. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Sure.
Yeah, right there.
There
you go. Okay.
I got you.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Congratulations to Rihanna and ASAP or $AP, whatever his name is, Rocky.
ASAP Rocky.
Welcomed their third baby and first girl. Her name is Rocky Irish Myers, and she was born September 13th. She posted a photo of her holding Rocky in a pink onesie and a photo of a small pink boxing gloves laced with pink ribbon. She and $AP, Rocky, also share two sons, Reza and Riot Rose. Reza was born on May of 2022, and Riot Rose was born in August of 2023.
And what's the youngest one's name again?
What the hell did I just say? It was Rocky Irish Myers. Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I mean, I suppose when your dad's name is ASAP and there's a dollar sign in there somewhere.
yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want, I guess.
Riot Rose doesn't seem so out of the box.
It's hard to imagine Leonardo DiCaprio with a different name, but it almost happened. At the start of his career, he was advised to use a stage name because his real name sounded too ethnic. His agent told him, quote, "They're never going to hire you." DiCaprio, of course, is Italian. His father, George, is a mix of Italian and German. Leo's agent suggested he go by Lenny Williams, and he even had headshots made. Williams is inspired by Leo's actual middle name, Wilhelm.
Lenny Williams?
Yeah.
Really?
Leo says he had his dad tore up the headshot with the fake name and said, quote, "Over my dead body." And then the rest is history. This kid needs a good name so he can grow up and be a great actor and date a bunch of teenagers until they turn 24 and then kick them out the door.
No young teenager is going to date an old man named Larry.
Yeah, that's or Lenny.
Lenny or Larry. Whatever. It's the same thing.
That's not the way it works. Let's see. Jimmy Kimmel's monologue had a record-breaking 19 million views on YouTube as of last night. ABC is also expecting a spike in broadcast ratings despite the boycotts by Sinclair and Nexstar. You know, what they did was they also raised the price of Disney and Hulu, like all those people who dropped them over the weekend.
Right.
Like, oh, well, I hope you come back. By the way, it's $5 more than what it was when you left us.
It does seem like a little bit of a shakedown, doesn't it?
Well, how do you expect people to come back to that then? After you've already canceled for one reason or another,
mm-hmm.
and then they want you to come back. They're just making it more expensive for you to do so.
And some of these increases are not small increases either. Some of them are pretty, when you add it all up.
Well, I mean, depending on how many things you got.
I got 45 of them.
I got one. I rotate. Sometimes I do Netflix, sometimes I do Hulu, sometimes I do Apple TV, sometimes I do,
Do you cancel after you're done?
I do. I cancel each one. Well, because it's expensive. It's like, you're talking $15 a month. $15 a month is pretty expensive.
You add like 4 or 5 of them on there, you're paying what you were paying for cable.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense to me at all.
No.
That's what I don't like about those streaming services is you got to buy, all these people are like, you got to see this one. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not buying the platform just to watch a show.
I'll get around to it when that particular channel is on my rotation.
I have that and I have Amazon. So I have one I pay for yearly and the one I just pay for monthly. whatever the rotating one is.
Yeah.
The Amazon one, Three's Company, man, that's where it's at. There is a party going on upstairs above the Ropers, and I'm there to witness it.
If only the Ropers knew what was really going on up there.
That's right. We haven't had a good super group in a while, but that's about to change thanks to Howl Owl Howl. Hopefully their music won't be as hard to listen to as their name is to say, and it probably won't, given that it's a collaboration between Mike Ellis from REM, Black Crowes drummer Steve Gorman, and Hootie.
Shut up.
Darius Rucker.
Wow.
Yeah. They describe their sound as roots rock with an alternative flair. The first single, My Cologne, will drop on Halloween, followed by a tour that kicks off November 3rd in Indianapolis. It's like the brand new Traveling Wilburys.
Almost.
Who was the other super group that you had?
Well, you had Cream. That was a super group. You had Asia. That was a super group.
But was Cream a super group?
Yes, they were.
They formed from all their talents?
From other groups, yes.
All right. So it wasn't just like...
They weren't their group and they were just super duper.
Gotcha.
They were a super group.
Well, Darius, who's been doing country for years now, says, quote, "It feels great to be singing with a rock band again. It's like buddies getting together, but also playing with your idols."
Well, that'll be great,
Yeah.
I'm sure. What could possibly go wrong?
Back in January, Cardi B, she revealed that she got a $13,000 diamond butt crack piercing. She even posted a picture of it.
Where is it? On the top of the butt crack?
Well, the photo shows it right. Let's see. Yeah, right at the top. It's right at the top of the crack. It's 2 diamonds.
Now, how do you remove it and get it back in there?
That's her business, not yours. And I can't believe you would ask a woman that intimate question like that. I mean, even though she shared the picture of her with her ass sticking out.
I'm really
two
just
diamonds sticking
looking
out.
at it from a practical point of view.
Well, is that really a practical point of view?
It's not even a practical place to have a piercing.
Well, anyway, she added that she hasn't had it redone because she hasn't been in the mood. By the way, the piercing didn't hurt because that part of Cardi B's butt is numb thanks to reduction surgery she had back there. I practically did a tummy tuck on my ass. So, like, the top of my ass, that skin part is numb, 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 numb. So when I pierced my ass, I ain't feel shiznit.
Gotcha.
It was the easiest piercing ever.
Well, that's good to know, so in case I ever get the urge.
Did you know that was Cardi B?
I had a sense it was.
Here we go. Kim Kardashian confesses she was absolutely flooded with emotion after watching the Netflix doc. Nicolas Cage buys a dinosaur skull. You know, that whole documentary.
Well, she must have had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I felt anything tunneling that deep was when Ray J crammed his bratwurst bazooka into my whispering cave and glazed me like a Thanksgiving ham in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Well, I never fumbled with that kind of honey pot on your mother, Kim, but I once took a sip from her trout fountain and came up looking like I lost a chowder eating contest. I was strapped into that rubber daddy harness like it was Hannibal Lecter's dinner bib, slick, tight, and impossible to breathe through.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, you remember those molten lava cakes you cut in and all that hot, gooey chocolate just gushes out, running everywhere, burning your tongue, but making you beg for more? Ah, your mother.
I never want to see that in my brain again.
It was just like that. It was just like that. And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102. Contractor.
Whatever.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, it's an important day today for the Boston Red Sox. Why? Well, perhaps it has something to do with the idea that today, barring any cataclysmic activities in the universe or perhaps a natural disaster, could seal the deal and secure themselves a playoff spot. Yeah, that's right. They could clinch as soon as tonight. How did this happen? Well, it gets complicated, so try to follow along. Last night, the Red Sox beat the first-place Torontos by a score of 7-1. The Blue Jays, who are tied with the Yankees to lead the division, have lost 7 out of their last 10 games. Last night, Houston lost to the team formerly known as the Oakland A's for the second straight night. The Red Sox currently have the tiebreaker over Houston. That means that the Red Sox magic number right now is down to just one game. So any combination of a Red Sox win and a Houston loss will put the Red Sox into the postseason. Tonight, the Red Sox wrap up their series of the slumping Blue Jays. The Astros, currently on a 5-game losing streak, will then wrap up their series with the A's tonight. If both teams win or both teams lose, the Red Sox magic number stays at 1, at which point the Sox return home for their final regular season series against Detroit, who are currently experiencing one of the worst late-season collapses in baseball history. Having led the AL Central by as many as 14 games in July, they've now lost 15 out of their last 20 games. Now, I'm not getting ahead of myself here, but the desperation and lack of confidence that I was exuding just 2 days ago has suddenly blossomed into a cautious and reticent amount of modest confidence. I'm not saying the Red Sox are a bona fide lock to make the playoffs, and so many things can still go wrong, but it's very hard not to get swept up into the potential for unbridled optimism, and I'm just inches away from making that happen. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Painting the kitchen? You need to see Michelle at the Ludlow Rockies. Michelle loves to help with paint colors. She's the queen of color paint at the Ludlow Rockies. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 6:11. And Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rain today with a high of 72. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
So, a couple things going on today. Scott Zolak will be joining us, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass. We'll talk about Patriots football, but also Don Barnes from 38 Special.
Oh, yeah, Don Barnes.
They got a brand new record out, their first in a number of years. And so Don, who's been on the show before, will be talking to us after 7.
Sweet.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. So I bit the bullet and I went down to the Big E yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I saw your video.
Yeah, about the Rhode Island, Taste of Rhode Island.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, I can kind of figure out why the attendance is down at the Big E. There's a whole article about this on Mass Live this morning about not even the mayor of West Springfield knows the Big E's daily attendance numbers. For the past several years, the fair has published its record-breaking numbers every day, and in 2024 touted its place among the top 4 largest fairs in North America. This year, only fair organizers know how many have entered the gates in the past 13 days since they've stopped releasing attendance numbers. What I've seen, Will Reichelt said, what I've seen is probably what everyone's kind of seen and heard. It definitely seems like lighter crowds this year than in the past. Gene Cassidy, president of the Big E, refused to comment Wednesday, and fair organizers have not said why they decided to stop releasing attendance figures. Well, I can kind of tell you why.
Why, Steve?
Listen, everything there is at least $15. Yeah, and you talk about an area where, we come in here and talk about how people are suffering from food insecurity through this area, and more than 1 in 2 people in Hampden County alone are having a hard time putting food on their table. So to expect somebody to pay $20 a ticket to get in, and if you're lucky, maybe you got a free ticket. I was lucky enough to get a free ticket to go in to the gate.
Right.
But once you get inside, you're pretty much guaranteed to spend at least $100 if you buy 4 things.
Now, again, though, there are lots of things to do at the Big E apart from eating. I know of somebody that went yesterday and decided rather than eat the food, they would pay $14 for a beer.
Why?
Because all that walking around the Better Living Center looking at Miracle Mops and ShamWows, they got a little thirsty.
Yeah. Well, you burn those calories off when you're walking around that fast.
And you got to hydrate. And you know how difficult it is to find a drink at the Big E.
And I've been thinking this for a long time about, how much something costs a family of 4 or a family of 3 or whatever to go out and do something like this. And, I've been pretty lucky that I get a lot of free tickets to things. You and I get things sometimes to events that other people don't have access to.
Well, we're more special than other people.
Well, it's not about that. It's just the job that we do, and that's kind of, how it goes. And I always say, like, going to a Red Sox game, I'm like, what does this guy do?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that he clearly just spent like $200 on snacks alone for his kids versus.
And apparently he's got season tickets because he's there every time you go.
Is he? The same guy?
Same guy.
Yeah. But, it's kind of this Dubai chocolate. My kid had this Dubai chocolate. They both split that.
Right.
$20 for the cup. It's okay. It's good, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's still
like
$20.
$20.
It's $20 worth of good.
And then my other kid had a fried fried taco, a deep fried taco, which was one of the top things on the list. That came to like $19. But by the time it was all said and done,
you know, the Big E has always been proportionally a little pricey for some people. Yeah, when you go, you have to assume you're going to spend a lot of money. My biggest bugaboo about the Big E isn't necessarily the cost, because I know I'm going to have to spend money to enjoy myself. The idea of being anywhere with the potential of 170,000 people is not appealing to me. I don't care if it's like a football game or whatever. And now, because they're no longer divulging that information, I don't know what I'm going to get when I get there.
Listen, there was no issue. I drove right down. I parked in a lot.
Yes.
That was, I think it was the Dante Club.
Sure.
I parked there.
Well,
walked right across the street, and boom, you're in the gate.
Right.
Yeah.
And midweek, that's what you can normally expect on a weekend where most people go. Now you don't know what you're facing. So, to me, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. There's both the lack of disclosure about how many people are going and the apparent cost. Because the Big E is the Big E. The Big E stays fairly the same. Like, if you didn't go for 15 years, after in year 16, you said, I can't think about going back to the Big E for the first time in a long time.
That's like hopping in the DeLorean and going into the future.
Exactly.
And, here you go. Wow.
You'll be amazed by how little things have changed, except for the crowds and the prices.
Wow, there wasn't as much alcohol stands here 15 years ago.
Yeah, you had to walk 12 feet for an alcohol stand. Now it's every 5 feet.
Well, I mean, you got to keep people thirsty. There's thirsty people out there walking around. So it wasn't that crowded, which is nice. I don't like big crowds. I kind of like the ability to be able to stop and look at something if I want to, and then, continue on at my own pace, as opposed to being herded through a crowd with 170,000 people that you can't even enjoy.
I could handle a larger crowd when I was a younger man, but now that I'm an old,
you don't have the stamina.
I don't. It's not even about the stamina. Stamina is only I'd say 40% of it. The other 60% of it is like, Jesus, look at all these damn people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with all these damn people. And look at them. Look how these people look.
So we got the food items. We got the Dubai chocolate and the taco.
And what did you get?
Well, I went and enjoyed, if you will, a soggy dog.
Delicious.
Which was $8. That was probably the cheapest thing that they had there, was the $8 soggy dog.
Makes it all that much worth it.
Yeah. It's only got about $2 worth of flavor in it, though. That's the problem.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
healthy.
I decided to go, and I'll try these so-called delicious items from the state of Rhode Island.
Right.
And I had a Dell's lemonade.
Yes.
For $15.
You got the bladder buster size, though.
No, I didn't. That was a 12-ounce mug. A collectible mug. Now, if I wanted no mug and just the paper cup, that was $12.
$12 for
a basic Dell's lemonade. I bought the jug as a keepsake of
to remind yourself not to spend $15 on a Dell's lemonade.
Well, it's kind of like a trophy, like when the people put like moose heads up on their walls. I'm going to put Dell's cups and all the things that almost destroyed me when I drank them. So I buy this thing for $15. It's a scoop of ice with lemon water on it for $15.
But it was refreshing, wasn't it?
It wasn't that good. It was lemonade. It was cold lemonade.
What do you expect from it? When they say frozen lemonade, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting what you and the other gink over here says that it's the best ever. It's so good. Because nobody else can squeeze a lemon and put sugar in it and pour it over ice. Because that's just one of those things that is just a unique Rhode Island thing.
It is, because nobody else does it.
Yeah, the Italians do. It's called Italian ice. And they've been doing it for centuries.
Yeah, but Italian ice is like hard as a rock. This is something. This is like a beverage. It's melted a little bit.
It's not worth $15,
isn't it? It's the flavor of my youth, Steve. And I like I said yesterday, I don't expect you to understand.
And then a soggy dog, which I so eloquently said it tastes like it had been steamed in Klaus von Bülow's ball sweat.
Listen, I've met Klaus von Bülow.
Oh, that's right.
And Klaus von Bülow did not sweat.
How do you know?
He glistened.
Yeah, he glistened.
Yes.
But it wasn't that good.
Well, Steve, again.
And then some guy on TikTok's taking me to task. He says,
yeah.
You want to know what this guy says?
What'd he say?
This guy said, let's see, where is the Rhode Island guy who is all mad? That dog is one of the best dogs ever. The company is like 150-plus-year-old company.
Mm-hmm.
They have great natural casing, fantastic snap. I think you have bad taste in things because I find both Dells and Soggy to be fantastic. And I just responded, maybe it's you who has the bad taste in things.
Soggy dogs were established in 1869. Arguably the oldest hot dog in America and certainly the first hot dog in Rhode Island. They are delicious, they are mouthwatering, and quite frankly, they are a treasured family recipe.
Overrated. Completely overrated.
All right, Mr. Ballpark Frank, if that's the way you want to be, I'm telling you, Soggy Dog is a delicious and well-respected treat.
Come taste
in the state of Rhode Island.
Come taste the mediocrity of Rhode Island in the form of sugar lemon water on ice.
You just can't be satisfied.
And a Ballpark Frank with some sort of chili sauce on it.
You know what, Steve?
Yeah.
It could have been anything.
Yeah.
I could have said anything, and it wouldn't have mattered. You would have tried to find some sort of flaw in it.
Well, and then
that's
somebody,
just what you do.
Somebody pointed out, they're like, yeah, what about them clam fritters they got with 0 clams inside of them? When was the last time you had a clam fritter that had like an actual piece of clam inside of it?
I think the last time I had a clam cake that had a actual clam in it was in Rhode Island itself.
Oh yeah. Are they a little meatier than they are here at the Big E?
I think I had them in Narragansett, and they were absolutely mouthwatering.
Well,
with big wads of chewy clam.
I did it, and the state of Rhode Island yesterday got $23 of my money.
I'm sure they'll put it all to good use.
Will they?
I'm sure. It's 6:23 at Rock 102.
It's Wine 6 Evergreen.
It's 6:24 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102. We're not telling that story ever.
We can never. Let's see. Rainy today. Liam's busy. I don't know. He's maybe in his, leprechaun hideout over there in Ireland. Rainy today with a high of 72. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It's 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
Thursday, October 16th, it's Rock 102 Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night. Tom Cotter is your headliner, and it's all brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements and Aquapump. It's a night of laughs to benefit the Open Pantry. The Mayflower Marathon is right around the corner, and your tickets are on sale right now at rock102.com. There'll be a silent auction, all to be donated to the Mayflower Marathon and the Open Pantry. Again, it's happening Thursday, October 16th, with you and I and Tom Cotter, along with the comedian Corey G. It'll be a great night on Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right, you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh?
Springfield's Classic Rock.
I don't know. I can't tell that one. Oh, hey, what's the difference between Mick Jagger and a Scotsman?
I don't know, Steve. What's the difference between Mick Jagger and a Scotsman?
Mick says, hey, you, get off of my cloud. And a Scotsman said, hey, McLeod, get off of my ewe.
That's it.
You see?
That's
the old switcheroo.
The old sheep joke.
Yeah, you like that?
I do like it.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
6:28 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It's brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A man connected to the shooting of a Springfield officer last year was arrested on Wednesday for multiple firearm charges and trafficking drugs. The Chicopee Police state that its narcotics unit, along with the FBI Western Mass Gang Task Force, the Massachusetts State Police Gang Unit, and the Springfield FIU.
Hey.
Investigated the distribution of illegal narcotics from 248 Nonotuck Avenue in Chicopee. The target of the investigation was Alberto Torres, who had been released on probation following his involvement in and arrest for the 2024 shooting of a Springfield police officer. Narcotics detectives assigned to that unit applied for and were granted a search warrant on Nonotuck Avenue in Chicopee. On Wednesday, Alberto Torres was arrested and charged with a slew of charges and a cachet of weapons and drugs.
He's fighting that one.
Send lawyers, guns, and money.
So is he like a collector or
I don't think
sportsman?
He's
Perhaps?
I don't think he's one of those guys that comes over to your house and appraises after one of your loved ones dies.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I've had this old rifle in my closet. I don't have an FID card. Could you tell me how much this is worth?
It's like the pawn shop.
Yeah. Well, it is a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Essentially. A Chicopee man faces multiple charges following a deadly shooting on Dayton Street on Tuesday. The Chicopee Police states at approximately 2:22 p.m., the Westcom Regional Dispatch, 911, received a call reporting a shooting at 26 Dayton Street. When officers arrived, they found a man lying in the driveway with an apparent gunshot wound to the abdomen. The man was taken to Bay State Medical Center where he died. A suspect in the vehicle drove off. A suspect and the vehicle they drove off in were quickly identified, and a broadcast was put out to surrounding towns to be on the lookout. At 4:12 p.m., the vehicle in question was reported to be seen driving on I-391 and had taken exit 4 onto Groton Street. A Mass State Trooper was behind the vehicle, calling out his location. Due to the traffic in the area, the suspect's vehicle was stuck, and Chicopee officers were able to get the location and quickly stop the vehicle at the intersection of Groton and Meadow Street. Both of the occupants inside were taken into custody. One of the suspects was confirmed to be the alleged shooter, identified as 27-year-old Timothy Lynch of Chicopee. He was arraigned on multiple charges, and Hampden County DA Gallooney said, "I don't think this represents some of the larger in the city of Chicopee, in particular neighborhood around Dayton Street. This appears to be an isolated incident, and the public, should feel safe. It's not something like random shootings going on." But still.
Not in that part of town. You may find them elsewhere.
You got caught in traffic. It amazes me sometimes, like, people stick around the area. I mean, I'm glad this guy got caught. I'm just saying, like, the mentality, it's like you're still driving around the Chicopee area. Wouldn't you flee as far as you possibly could?
I would, but that's mostly because I'm a coward. But, for the most part, some people are just, curious to what's going to happen next.
I don't know. What is going to happen next?
I know
what's going to happen next?
The cops are going to show up. They're going to ask a lot of questions, and I'm not going to want to answer them.
I don't want to talk to a cop. I just did something wrong. A naked man wielding a knife was shot by police on Beacon Hill on Wednesday morning after officers were sent to a breaking and entering call at a local restaurant. NBC Boston states that upon arrival, police encountered the man in an alley near 97 Mount Vernon Street, where he was reportedly holding a large knife. Well, that's not a knife.
What kind of restaurant was this?
I don't know. Officers initially attempted to subdue him with a taser, but it was ineffective, leading them to shoot the man. The man was taken to a local hospital following the shooting for treatment. Authorities have reported he's expected to recover from those injuries. The investigation is ongoing, and if you have any information, yada, 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 if you were in Boston, when that happened. But naked.
In a restaurant.
In the morning.
People trying to eat their breakfast.
That's a nighttime type of crime.
It's not even a night. I do whatever I can to never get naked in a restaurant. It's always been one of my personal pet peeves.
Depends on where I am.
Say, like...
I once gave the goat to a crowd of people over at that Crossroads place in Palmer.
Well, there, no one could tell the difference. But in other places...
Because they were throwing beer cans at the stage.
Sure.
Not at me. At somebody else.
Oh, that's good.
But I decided, well, you know what? Maybe I should show them the goat. and I did.
Would you like to explain what the goat is?
It's where you moon somebody, but then you push the goat through on the other side so it looks like a goat looking at you.
Yeah, that's a showstopper.
I had some fun in my younger days.
Yeah,
especially over in the Palmer-Bondsville area. Who wouldn't have fun over there?
That's like any other day in Palmer-Bondsville.
That was I told you that place, the Thorndike Lounge used to serve me drinks underage. The place is out of business. How can you imagine that?
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Hard to believe they couldn't sustain a business like that.
But there was some place next to it or near it called St. Joe's, or it was sounding religious,
But it wasn't.
Well, there was people going to church in there every Sunday, I'm sure.
Ordering a bottle of Blue Nun does not make that a religious experience.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No. Well, I'm just you never know. But that was a good place.
Well, it sounds terrific.
The Thorndike Lounge. Those were the days.
Such memories lost forever in a blackout.
A major human trafficking investigation in Hartford has resulted in 7 arrests and the safe recovery of 3 teenage girls. Police say the case is part of a disturbing trend as traffickers increasingly use social media and messaging apps to target victims, often without their families realizing. While the 3 girls returned safely to their families, experts say a case shows how prevalent and invisible modern trafficking has become. Nadine Thomas, executive director of Underground New England, a nonprofit that supports trafficking victims across Connecticut, says her organization is currently helping 24 survivors from 20 different communities. She says that parents should be on the lookout for sudden changes in their child's mood, secretive behavior, or avoiding questions. Sometimes traffickers send gifts or money to build trust. Even kids living at home can be exploited without ever leaving the home. Traffickers typically pose as romantic partners or friends, then manipulate victims into isolation and exploitation. It's often not a dramatic abduction, but rather a slow process of grooming and control that can happen really entirely through a phone. You know, I see those signs in the bathrooms all the time about reporting human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
This report, along with another story I saw yesterday, it's not just we're grabbing you from a facility somewhere. This is the type of thing that they're doing. It's the finding these kids on social media
and then grooming
and finding the vulnerabilities with them and becoming their friend and then saying, hey, why don't you meet me down here, on a Tuesday night or whatever. And then that's how it happens. It's kind of scary, actually. When if your kids are on social media.
It's almost never, I'm not saying that it's never this way, but, it is more likely that it is someone that the kid knows and someone that the kid has built a level of trust in. And that's all part of the grooming process. Sometimes even the family involved will establish a certain amount of trust in this predator. Because, that's how they do. They manipulate the entire environment. To think, well, this guy's on the up and up, everything is good, and then all of a sudden, boom, next thing you know, you got a major problem on your hands. Major problem.
Yeah. Shriner's Children said Wednesday that a TikTok trend is causing severe burns in children. Shriner said kids are recreating moments from the Netflix movie K-Pop Demon Hunters. Viral video hashtags like K-Pop Noodle Challenge and Demon Hunters Ramen reportedly show kids Korean instant noodles called tippy soups. The containers are tall, narrow, and microwavable, so they're easily spilling onto kids when they take them out of the microwave, which could cause severe burns. Water bolts at 212 degrees, and the design of these cups make them extremely easy to tip over. When they do, the hot broth and noodles spill onto the skin. For adults, exposure to hot water is just 3 seconds at 140 degrees can cause second-degree burns, while a 5-second exposure can cause third-degree burns.
Can I just ask a really dumb question? Do youngsters today not understand the concept of scalding hot liquids?
I don't think they don't remember that McDonald's thing with the hot coffee. Remember the hot coffee lawsuit?
Yeah.
The lady got the hot coffee spilled on her, and then they had to start putting on the side of the cup, warning
contents may be hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen, when it comes to like hot liquids and stuff, I try not to have that stuff touch my body in any way because, see, it's hot.
Well, Don't you like a good hot steam bath every once in a while?
Yeah, but like a steam bath is different than say like a scalding situation. It's just it's warm, it's humid. I will sweat if needed, but nevertheless, a scald is a very, very painful burn.
It is, but
it really smarts.
Sometimes it can be good for the skin, depending on what you're into.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Well, you could be.
I could be, but I am not into that. I prefer a scald-free environment.
I'm trying to find some other news here. I wasn't really prepared for this morning.
It's all right, Steve. I'm not prepared for it either.
Well, I mean, it's I was at the Big E. I had to endure all that Rhode Island nastiness.
I hear you.
They say the rules in those buildings are like you're on state property, so then you're like you could be arrested by a Rhode Island state trooper, or you could, or Connecticut.
Like I believe you can marry your cousin in the Vermont building. But you can't marry that same cousin in the main building.
Well, I thought wasn't it Connecticut? You only got a few more days left to do that?
Yeah, and I think it ends at the time that the Big E closes.
Right, so if you can go to Connecticut building, if you can't make it all the way over the border into Connecticut, you can marry your cousin right there in the Connecticut building.
I don't know why you'd want to do that. There's way too many people in that building.
Well, there's also the less line baked potato over in that building.
There is that, but, as far as the reception after the wedding, I would want more than a baked potato.
You would?
Oh, sure.
What would you want?
I don't know. I mean, I'd want like typical wedding fare.
I bet you there is somebody who has been married at the Big E. I bet you
I'm sure it's happened.
And then I wonder if they still have like, oh, hey, everybody gets a crazy burger for dinner. I
got down on one knee in the footsie wootsy.
I want to know if you know anybody that got married at the Big E. You can text us on the Route 10 Tire listener line at 293-1021. I'm fascinated by that.
I'm sure there are plenty of people who have proposed at the Big E, like right in front of Dickie the giraffe or the giant bears.
Yeah.
The most romantic spots.
Wow, I mean, ever since the unicorn cow went out of commission, that was the end of that.
Doesn't mean you can't fall in love with the Big E. Sure, there are many people who have.
A 28-year-old man in Florida named Juan Leon was arrested last week after he was caught doing a burnout at a red light. Ever see those guys do that? They burn out. They do a little donut in the middle of the intersection. The bigger problem was he was drunk, and the police noticed. Juan didn't do the burnout because he was hammered. He told police he was trying to impress the chicks.
Because every chick loves seeing a drunk guy.
Well,
they're all impressed with that.
I'm not here to speak for an entire gender, but most women probably don't think burnouts are as cool as this guy thinks they are. I mean, there are some chicks out there who'll be like, nice car.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're trying to impress a nice young girl, slamming on the brakes and the gas at the same time, or however you do it, that's not getting you very far.
My big flex on my minivan is putting it in turbo mode.
Wow.
Yeah, so it goes just a little bit faster.
Interesting.
Yeah. 2 in the front and 5 in the rear, baby. Let's go.
The minivan shocker.
The only good news is the police probably wouldn't have noticed Juan if they didn't hear him revving his engine, which means he could have kept driving drunk and putting other innocent people at risk. He was charged with DUI, reckless driving, aggravated assault, and criminal mischief for the damage he caused to the crosswalk. They make you pay for that paint job.
Sure they do.
Put the rubber down on it.
It's not going to paint itself.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be rainy with a high of 72. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 6:49, and the Edgar Winter Group at Rock 102.
Rainy today with a high of 72. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
If you like craft beer, Rock 102's got a hell of a deal for you. It's the Rock 102's half-off hops. Both Vanish Valley and Great Awakening have sold out, but you can still get $50 gift cards to some of the area's best breweries like Western Mass's breweries like Rustic Brewing, Scantic River, and Arc Point for just $25. That's half off. And they're on sale now at the Shop 30 store, rock102.com. They are going fast, so you better Get cracking. Half off hops from Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
So that's 50%?
Yes, that's right.
So you pay, instead of paying full price, you pay half.
That is correct. It's like if it's
How
worth
did we figure that out?
if it's worth $50, you can get it for $25. Management just changed the batteries in their calculators, and that's how they figured it out.
I understand the full price part. I just don't understand that second part you're talking about. It's all gobbledygook with the half off.
I understand the buy one. I don't understand the get one free.
The get one free.
All the gobbledygook.
Yeah.
We got Don Barnes from 38 Special coming to be on the phone in just a little while. They got a brand new record out. I think it's like their first one in like 20 years. But nevertheless, he'll be joining us in just a little bit. Also, Scott Zolak. We'll talk Patriot football after 8 o'clock, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass.
Sweet. Busy weekend starting tonight.
You know, it's not just the $20 dinner and a comedy show for everybody else.
Yeah.
Tonight, you are going to be gracing the stage at the Academy of Music.
Yes, for a whopping 18 people.
18 people.
An 800-seat theater.
In such an intimate setting like the Academy of Music.
Well, listen, if it wasn't for Greg Morton, those 18 tickets wouldn't have been sold. So I'm just throwing it out there.
I get it. He is a nationally touring comedian.
There's also a $20 dinner and a comedy show going on over at the Shortstop tonight as well, with a theme night of stupid human tricks. You could win some prizes doing that. Tomorrow night, I'll be at the Cheshire Brewery in Cheshire, Connecticut.
Really?
So if you're in the Cheshire area, or you're in that, in the metro area of Cheshire.
Sure, right. In the heart of downtown.
It's a bustling town. There's a Cheshire Brewery there, and I'll be there doing comedy there tomorrow night.
Now, will you be doing the same material tonight at the Academy of Music as you'll be doing at the brewery in Cheshire?
Maybe not.
All the more incentive for all those 18 people tonight to trek all the way out to Cheshire, Connecticut to see what else you're going to do.
I'm going to gear my material. And then Saturday night, I'm going to be entertaining the folks at the Springfield Policeman's Ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it's just like the one great gig after another.
One hot ticket event after another.
Have you thought?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let me throw this at you. Have you thought about tonight's show at the Academy of Music? Doing nothing but crowd work?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that. I'm actually going to make some TikTok videos while I'm on stage.
Just
Why not?
Come on, you come down off the stage, you talk to the people in the crowd. Everyone gets to know each other. You learn each other's names.
Yeah. Listen,
you exchange phone numbers at the end of the night, and all of a sudden you got 18 new friends.
It is going to be weird because it's not a lot of tickets were sold for that show.
Still many seats available.
Many seats available, like
close
most
to like 175,
most of the theater.
Right. 175 feet. Well, excuse me, 750 seats are still available.
It's going to be interesting because I've done shows for like 20 people, but you're in a smaller room. There's something about the size of a room and the energy of the people in it. You can have a great show with 20 people if you're in a small enough room and people are into hearing jokes.
Yeah.
In a big room where you got like 20 people in a theater that holds 800.
Well, then now you have a TED Talk.
Yeah, well, a good TED Talk.
Yeah, consider this to be like an industrial gig.
Yeah.
It's like you're not really there doing a comedy show. Here you're just trying to be like a motivational speaker.
It's all part of the experience.
Well, that's it.
And then one day, maybe I'll fill a theater. But tonight, I will not. And tonight, I'll show you how that happens, how that works. What is it like to be in an empty theater when you're telling jokes on stage?
Well, I mean, it'd be great to see how if you could fill a theater. But at this point, the way this is going, you could barely fill like a sunglass hut.
The thing,
I'm just talking about like the little vestibule out in the middle of the mall.
The thing I'm not clear on is, how is this, are they putting all the people together? Because you kind of have to adjust to that. Otherwise, you'd have, if there's 20 people, one guy bought a ticket in row 8, and then the other guy bought a ticket in row 24, or one guy brought it up in the balcony up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible to tell everybody to come down in front. Let's get to know each other.
Let's take a field trip. Let's all move up close.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to have somebody spent top dollar for front row.
I think
And
they're
then you
all
have
the
somebody-
same price. I don't
some
think
of the back, some in the back row and the top balcony has to come all the way down. They spend a whole lot less to get better seats than the guy who spent top dollar.
I think the tickets are the same. I think all the tickets were one price. I could be wrong about that because who knows if somebody wants a VIP package.
It's going to be a hell of a show. I can't wait to hear all the details.
If you the VIP packages, you get to sit second row and you get a half a joint from somebody outside of the park right behind the Academy of Music.
You ever hearing the story about like Andy Kaufman? He would he played like Carnegie Hall one night. Carnegie Hall is a pretty big room.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, he took everybody at Carnegie Hall out for milk and cookies.
I don't know how he afforded that.
Well, it's Carnegie Hall. My point is this: at 18 people, you could grab everybody and go for like appetizers at Fitzwilly's, or maybe go get an ice cream cone at Harold's.
Maybe we could do that.
That's not a bad idea.
Or the Noodles bar across the street. Yes. Who doesn't want noodles?
People like noodles, of course.
25 and 35. So there's a $10 difference for the guy who sat front row versus the guy who's sitting in row 27.
Wow, that was totally worth the extra expense to get that close up.
Well, I mean, would I be? I wonder. Like, I gotta read my rider to see if I'm violating. Yeah, my rider requires at least one Aldi's bottled water in the back room.
Right, and I will not perform for anything less than 16 people.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out tonight, and I'm gonna make some videos. Listen. It's a crash out. And you know what? I don't have a problem showing what a crash out looks like. It happens. It's not like,
It is possible that even in your zeal for having a crash out, there could be a lot of walk-up business tonight. When people say, oh, Steve's going to be at the Academy of Music tonight and only 18 people, I bet I could get a pretty good seat.
Well, that's what I'm kind of pushing right now. Come watch a train wreck in progress in Northampton.
It won't be the first one you've seen in Northampton.
Nobody's going to get injured.
Nope.
Except an ego. That's it.
I think you should take everybody out for ice cream.
I don't have that kind of money.
It's a business expense, and it's the kind of thing that would get you, say, some level of publicity. Local comedians, buys ice cream for an entire theater of customers.
Listen, even if I was taking 100% of the profits from the 18 tickets, that still wouldn't be enough to cover the ice cream for the 18 people that bought the tickets. But they're going to get a nice, intimate show.
Yeah, well, that's nice. It's 6:58 at Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, remember the 2018 NCAA college basketball tournament? Boy, I sure do. That was the year the Final Four included Villanova, Kansas, Michigan, and the 11th-seeded Ramblers of Loyola Chicago. And while Loyola Chicago got blown out by Michigan, who advanced in the finals, only get crushed by Villanova for the national championship, you might recall that the talk of the tournament wasn't about your tourney time brackets. It wasn't about the games that were being played. What people were really talking about was Sister Jean Schmidt, the 99-year-old chaplain for the Loyola Chicago basketball team. Remember her? That sweet old lady cheering from her walker, wearing team colors, tossing rosary beads around like they were ecumenical nunchucks? Sister Jean was all the rage during March Madness that year, but of course, that was 7 years ago. So what happened to that lady? Well, yesterday it was announced that after 34 years as the team chaplain, Sister Jean has finally decided that it might be time to retire at the age of 106 years old. That's right, she's 106. That's 44 years after she would have qualified to take the minimum Social Security payment at the age of 62. And yet, after all this time, now she has come to the conclusion, hey, you know what? I think I've had enough. Now, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but barring an unfortunate catastrophe, I currently have only 2,180 days left to go before I can retire from this godforsaken business. That puts me at exactly 65 years old. Now, I don't know of anybody past the age of 90 who will tell you, hey, you know what? This has been the best decade of my life. Everything at the age of 90 is fantastic. Let's go for another 16 more years. Now, having said that, let me set your mind at ease for those of you who might think that I would be persuaded to extend my retirement countdown by another 41 years. If I'm still working here past the age of 106 years old, it will only be because I am being held captive and performing duties against my will. And if that is the case, then I strongly urge all of you, the listening audience, to alert authorities. Because I certainly wouldn't be doing this on my own. Not if it changes my countdown by another 17,145 days. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Craftsman Outdoor Power Tool Kits, $20 at Rocky's. Blowers, hedge trimmers, string trimmers, $20 with your Ace Rewards card. Fall cleanup is now sped up. The Craftsman $20 Outdoor Power Tool sale going on right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
To Springfield's classic rock, it's 7:12 and 38 special with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
38 special?
Yeah, I know.
That's weird
Yeah.
because the guy from the band is on the phone right now.
Don Barnes and 38 Special, they got a brand new record that's been out for a couple of days called Milestone, their first in 20 years. They're going to be at Foxwoods along with Loverboy on December 12th. And Don Barnes is on the phone with us right now. Good morning, Don. How are you?
Is this Steve or Bax?
It's both of us.
That's Bax. This is Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. It's a little confusing.
Yeah. Can
Now-
you add a few more in there so I can hear like four voices?
Now which
We
one
probably could.
Are you 38 or are you special?
He's
Yeah, are you 3 or 8?
Yeah, right.
No, you've always been special. I can't believe how long you guys have been together now. How many years has it been?
I know. It's 50th anniversary. Here we are. We've got a brand new album, Milestone. We're cranking, man.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
Milestone celebrating 38 Special's 50th anniversary with their first new music in over 20 years. What's with the lack of interest in the last 20 years? What's going on?
Well, it was the live business has gone through the roof. So everybody's been out there hitting the roads, and up and down the highways. But I've got 16 people out here and their families that rely on this enterprise to keep everything going and keep them solvent. So we're just basically taking care of our people. I did have pieces of songs half written and this and that. But it's quite a bit to carve out valuable time in a year to go do recording in a studio. It takes a long time with overdubs and all that, and you're mixing and mastering and all that, and writing. That's a long time editing yourself and all that. So it's quite a bit of an operation to get to something like that going. But we got to the 50th anniversary. It's a great purpose to do it, and we got a brand new stage set with all different lighting and moving towers and all kind of things. So it's just everything. It's just kind of paying respect for the history of this band. We were young boys with a dream a long time ago, and we're still living the dream. We made all our mistakes in public, so we're out here. But that element of desperation is gone now. We're having fun. We all still like each other. That's pretty rare. So
now you're all slightly older men with a dream. What is that dream now?
It's just been great it's a great job, first of all, to bring that kind of joy to people. We do over 100 cities a year, every year, and we're out there and people are packing them in. They come and see us. They sing along. I got my sound man. He says, sometimes I got to turn you up because the crowd is singing louder than you are, So it's one of those things. It's just an experience and it's an event. We bring the crowd in with us. And we unfold that history. It's everything you want to hear through the history of the band. We've got new surprises and all kind of things, but mainly the new album Milestone. We've got new songs put in the set. People are reacting very well to it, and so we've got a lot of bangers, rock songs on there. Some mid-tempo, introspective songs. Just a little bit for everyone. At 50 years, we just want to give a little taste of everything to everybody.
And quite the guest list you had for people collaborating with some of these songs on here. Who do you want me to name drop, or do you want you to name drop? I think you should name drop.
I got an opportunity to write with Randy Bachman, one of my heroes from way back there in Guess Who.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, I played his songs in high school. We were playing little teen dance bands and that kind of thing, And I found myself in Nashville one day, and the publisher said, Randy Bachman's in town. Would you like to spend the day? It was absolutely, So we put together a song called Long, Long Train, kind of a mid-tempo thing, but it was a kind of social commentary thing, which we had never done. But, a social commentary, you want to keep it really vague. You don't want to pinpoint or name names. Then you got a protest song. So we didn't want to do that. But it was just kind of the nature of the way people live and how their attitudes are today. But the good thing about Randy, he's a motor mouth. He's got so many stories. This guy can just sit there and he can entertain you all day. But just a great guy. I told him, I said he was really a pivotal point in my life. I was doing some landscaping a long time ago. I'd played in bands and everything, but I was doing landscaping and from in Florida. There's a lot of palm trees down there, so you got to dig these 5-foot deep holes and that kind of thing. So you bring in a fully grown tree with a root ball and put it. And I told him the radio was playing in the truck next to it. I said, I've heard the first opening guitar figure of Taking Care of Business. And I heard that blump, bump, ba-da-da-da-da-da. And I thought, and I'm down in this hole in the heat, and I thought, I can play that right there. If that guy can get on the radio, I got to get up literally out of this hole and get to work, So he loved that story, I just, yeah.
Yeah, you bring up the fact you were a landscaper. Is that what you did before?
Oh man, I did. Yeah. I did all kind of jobs. I was married at 20 with a baby, and that little baby's almost as old as I am now. So
yeah, it's a great heartwarming story, Don. I really have a question more about the landscaping issue.
Yeah, okay.
I want to know.
Like
Yeah, I got this big problem with landscapers who just put that, when they block traffic in the middle of the road, they put that one cone on the back of the trailer like that's supposed to be like a traffic cop. What was your experience with that?
I can still name all the names of plants, Cryptomera and Viburnum. I learned all that stuff back then.
But were you a one-cone guy or a two-cone guy? That's what we're trying to figure out.
How many cones did you have?
Could have been a 3-coner. I don't know. Back then, it was old days,
That's really putting you apart from the rest of the industry.
Every time I see one of those guys with a cone blocking the traffic, I just want to pull out a 38 special. That's what I want to do.
We won't go there. So.
38 special is going to be at Foxwoods on December 12th, along with Loverboy. That's a great show, and you're going on tour. Fairly soon. This starts, right?
Yeah, we do over 100 cities a year, every year. Loverboy's great friends of ours. Mike Reno's a good guy. He's, we always joke around. The thing about all these bands through the years, through the 80s and 90s, back then we were highly competitive with them. Everybody was kind of like trying to blow each other off the stage and really compete, Now we're all friends, Styx and REO, ZZ Top, everybody. We see each other, and we all have that mutual respect because we actually survived all these years. So everybody respects each other. We're all friends, it's a great show. Loverboy, night full of hits. They're great. I mean, we just played with them recently, and I said, man, you guys were kings out there. Let's do a tour next year, So.
Well, that's great. Well, Don Barnes, the new album is out, and the 50th anniversary of the band, and again at Ledyard at Foxwoods on December 12th. A great opportunity to talk to you, Don. Again, good to hear from you again.
My pleasure.
Thanks,
I'll be
Don.
out there with digging more palm tree holes for you. So.
All right. Well, make sure you wear your cones too. And put them out in the street.
Yeah, right.
Don
Take
Barnes
care, guys.
from 38 Special at Rock 102. 26 in Bad Company with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be, where is it? Where the hell did I have it? Yeah, rainy today with a high of 72. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hey, really cool interview on Baxy's Musical Podcast with rock journalist Jason Pettigrew. This guy had written for the Alternative Press and Spin Magazine. Guy's been around for an awful long period of time. Really interesting book that he's just written about the band Ministry from the 33 and a Third book series. You can check that interview out on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as on the app. And it's all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
I'm trying to find this again, but we'll have to talk about it at 7:45. Somebody on the Westfield Community Forum has a little issue with Rock 102.
For what now?
I don't know, but I guess they felt the Westfield Community Forum would be the best place to put that.
Wouldn't it make more sense to write to the Route 10 Tire listener line at 413-293-1021?
You would think the most logical complaint would come through. Logically, that would come through that line. But no, I believe this guy felt the Westfield Community Forum was the better place to do that.
Well, good choice.
So we'll talk about that.
That'll be great. Also, Scott Zolak joining us after 8 o'clock. We'll be talking football with him, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass. And we have news next on Rock 102. 7:30 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Yankee Home Improvement. Yankee Home this month is giving you 50% off installation, 0 down, 0 interest, and get this, an extra $750 off for the first 25 callers. Here's the local radio icon, Steve Nagle. Couldn't you have left yourself out of the room before you did that?
Sometimes we like to dumb it down in here by bringing in the Mr. Drysdale from the bank.
Right.
And Mr. Drysdale was nice enough to bring us some swag from the bank, as well as a fart machine.
Yeah, which you probably pulled from the cement pond, right?
That worked out well for our afternoon guy. Remember, we had to hide it on him because he was overusing it too much.
We're not naming names, but I think you know who we're talking about. Pat Kelly.
I know. Yeah, Pat Kelly. But it's not every day we have royalty in the studio with us.
Yeah, Mike Ostrowski from our credit union is here.
Mr. Drysdale.
How you doing, Mr. Drysdale?
I'm doing great, thanks, Bax. Appreciate it.
I like the jackets. Those are nice.
Those were supposed to be in the spring. I brought them late. I'm sorry. That was another thing that we were celebrating of you, Bax. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, you had a double. Yeah, he had a pie yesterday. What else? And you brought some pastries too. What'd you bring in there?
Same old. Ludlow Central.
Ludlow Central.
So delicious.
Those Portuguese know what they're doing over there, don't they?
You know what? They really do. And my people celebrate pastry in a damn fine way.
Like putting in little custard cups.
Oh my God, they're so good.
They're really good. All right. You keep quiet. We got to do news.
Yes.
All right.
What's going on in the world,
A
Steve?
man connected to a shooting of a Springfield police officer last year was arrested on Wednesday for multiple firearm charges and drug trafficking charges. The Chicopee Police states that its narcotics unit, along with the FBI gang unit and the Mass State gang unit and the FIU.
Hey. Enough with the mouth.
No, FIU too.
You had so many different people involved in this investigation that they themselves are a gang.
They are. Isn't that weird?
That is, when you
Gangs
think about
fighting gang. You form a gang to fight a gang.
This is exactly what I'm getting at, Steve.
Well, it's like pulling lint out of the dryer. You know, when you pull the lint screen out, you got to use the other lint to take the rest of the lint off.
I never considered that metaphor, but now that you brought it up, that's quite appropriate.
Isn't that how you do it? Do you take the lint and you rub it along the screen, and then all the rest of the lint comes off?
Truth be told, Steve, I take my tongue and lick it off.
Like a cat.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. The target of the investigation was Alberto Torres, who had been released on probation following his involvement in and arrest for the 2024 shooting of a Springfield police officer. Did they just let you go like that?
I don't think so.
Well, no. He had been released on probation following his involvement in the arrest for the shooting. That happened in 2024.
I think they assumed they'll be bringing him back.
Chicopee Police narcotics detectives assigned to the gang task force applied for and were granted a search warrant for 248 Nonotuck Avenue in Chicopee. On Wednesday, Alberto Torres was arrested for trafficking Class B substance, 7 counts of possession of a large capacity feeding device, like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, that's it. Like a very large spoon.
I want to know what the feeding device is.
It's probably like a funnel or some kind that you. That feeds it into like the little baggies or something.
I did a beer funnel once at UMass.
Only once?
Yeah.
Friggin' amateur.
Oh, I didn't want to overdose on alcohol like the other kid that did with the gin and tonics in the funnel.
How big was the funnel?
It was pretty big. It held like 4 quarts of oil.
4 quarts? Okay, that's a big funnel.
You put 4 quarts of gin and tonic in there.
I think we settle in like a 6-can beer funnel. That was as much as we were going to do.
2 counts of improper firearm storage. But you should see the picture that they got here. It is it's Quite the display.
Big fat hall.
It is something like you'd find on Antiques Roadshow.
So then they tell you how much all this is worth.
You got a cop that comes over, and the criminal explains, "Well, I got this one, from a drug run 6 years ago. I believe it's Remington." And he names it, whatever the name of the gun is.
Right.
And then the guy goes, "Well, I hate to tell you, but that's actually a 3D printed ghost gun, and it's not worth anything." And then the guy's like, "Oh, come on. I put my whole career and life on the line for this."
Now, this has been Pawn Wars. I'm going to have to bring in my expert on drug busts before I can give you a price.
Yeah. There's more items in this picture than there will be at of people at the Academy of Music tonight.
That's a big, thick, fat stack of $50 bills, though.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
A hang glider crashed into trees just below the summit of Mount Greylock State Reservation earlier this month, but the pilot emerged unscathed. The Mass Environmental Police state that the incident occurred on September 2nd, and this is why we're hearing about it now, because of the investigation that it takes to find out what caused a hang glider mishap. It's like when a plane crash happens, the NTSB has to come out and do that.
If only we knew somebody that knew something about hang gliding mishaps.
Yeah.
If only we had like an expert in that kind of thing.
I don't know anybody like that.
You don't have say like fell off crashed in like a foreign country and broke multiple bones?
Never. I wouldn't know a guy like that.
You wouldn't know anybody like
that? Nope.
Really?
Don't know anybody like that.
Seriously.
Mass Environmental Police happened on September 2nd during a permitted event at the summit where Environmental Police Officer Kelleher was stationed. Despite the crash, no injuries were reported and the glider sustained no damage. Visitors at the summit were treated to an unexpected aerial display as hang gliders and paragliders launched from the peak. Toward the end of the event, several concerned individuals reported the crash to Officer Kelleher, who quickly coordinated the efforts to locate the pilot. The pilot was found safely with no harm done to either themselves or the equipment, thanks to the swift response and teamwork of those involved. Well, yeah, he wasn't hurt because of his own doing.
Yeah.
Because he saved him. Well, they must have, like, crash testing. You must have to have, like what do you do in an emergency? Like when you jump out of an airplane and the ripcord doesn't work. What do you do then?
I believe my first instinct would be to cry like a baby.
No, you pull the emergency cord back. How do you not? Didn't you take the power?
I'm not a real thrill seeker, Steve. I prefer a life of no thrills.
You don't like thrills?
I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm not jumping out of airplanes. I'm not climbing mountains. I'm not jumping off of cliffs.
You should.
I'm not going to comedy shows with only 18 people. I'm not doing any of those things.
I just saw you with a picture out at a rock.
It wasn't a rock.
It was a rock lobster. You were at a rock.
Yeah, it's just a rock.
That's adventurous.
It was outside, but I mean,
that's adventurous for you.
No, if it were adventurous, I would have taken that. I would have climbed up the rock with that rope.
Right.
I wasn't going to do that.
Well, you should.
I gave the illusion like I was about to, but I wasn't gonna. I was going to lift my own weight over a rock.
Yeah, but I know. But getting out into nature. That's something that doesn't happen every day.
My wife and I have been doing that a lot lately.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. Getting a little us time.
And next year by this time, you'll be hang gliding off the Mount Greylock summit.
I don't think so.
You never know.
Not unless I'm pushed.
The Big E's Big Eats competition crowned its best winners for sweet treats and best savory snack, showcasing the most innovative creations at the fair. The spicy PB&J vegan ice cream sundae, which sounds disgusting, won.
And how much?
Best sweet treat.
How much does that cost?
Probably $19. Well, the deep fried enchilada from Deep Fried Taco took home the best savory snack award.
And how much did that cost?
That was probably about $18. I told you the taco was like $18 or $19 it came to. 3 dishes were selected from a pool of 10 standout entries that competed in 2 categories. Calvin Vaughn, co-owner of Soulfully Vegan, said this experience is awesome for us. We always try to be creative and come up with something new and fun. Everybody loves ice cream, but not everybody can have it. Our vegan sundae gives everyone the chance, and the sweet and salty works so well.
There ain't nothing worse than walking around the Big E with a big old bunch of celiac disease in your gut.
Well,
and all of a sudden you got something going on downtown. You got to take care of that. Ain't nothing worse than being at the Avenue States and say, I got to take a run for it.
well, you just run into the Mallory building. They're doing it all
You
over
may
the
be
floor in there.
If you're at the Avenue Estates, you ain't never going to make it to the Mallory building.
Well, yeah, but you're not on the Avenue Estates.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
that, like, hypothetically, if you got those digestive cramps that
Yeah.
suggest that something terrible is about to happen, you ain't never making it to the Mallory
Well, you
building.
got to plan ahead. That's why if you're going to eat something like that, at least allow your time to be near the Mallory
Yes.
complex so you can run right in.
But
If you miss the bathroom, there's the bull stall.
But those who have a problem with gluten intolerance sometimes don't have time on their side.
Do you think the cows care if somebody were to, pop a squat right in front
I
of
would
them?
think they would.
You don't think so?
I think
so?
a cow would say, hey.
Yeah, but
I
he's
sleep
doing-
in that hay.
But he's doing it all day.
Well, that's him.
I know, but
That's his own business.
yeah, but I mean, it's there. It's meant to be like the hay is meant to be absorbent.
Yeah, but you know, some guy in some overalls and a
Yeah.
pitchfork's gonna probably clear that away before bedtime.
Well, they talked to the owner of the deep fried taco guy, James Staub. We're so grateful to have the opportunity to participate in this year's Big Eats competition. They are near the Mallory building, so you don't have very far to go.
They don't.
Right.
But you could be in the midway. You could be like on a ride in the midway. What are you gonna do?
The deep fried enchilada went through several taste testings to be perfected into what it is today. We thank our awesome staff who made it possible, and the Big E for continuously supporting them. Notice how none of these items that were on a top 10 list were from the state of Rhode Island.
Steve, again, the state of Rhode Island serves the same thing year after year. So
I didn't
they're
see
not
any Soggy Dog on there. I didn't see any Dell's Lemonade on the list.
maybe for this year, but how do you know? Like, say 20 years ago, they did. People say, "Wow, these soggy dogs are fantastic," or "Man, I could sure go for a frozen lemonade."
Well, we tried the Moo Nugs. That was on the list.
Yep.
That was the ice cream with cereal on it.
Yes.
With the dipping sauce. Candy bar dessert pizza. I didn't try that.
All right.
Death by Chocolate Mini Donuts. Salted Caramel Crunch Douglicious Sunday Special. Truffle Parmesan Poutine. We said the truffle yesterday.
Leave the truffle up.
Deep fried enchilada. 3 cheese mac and cheese. Hot honey jalapenos popper donut.
Jalapeno.
I read it differently. Jolly Rancher creamsicle. The Flatliner hot dog. We had that.
Mm-hmm, that was good.
Deep fried strawberry shortcake. Lobster nachos.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nola's crispy sticky ribs with Moromito sauce and Thai chili crisp.
That almost sounds delicious if I had any understanding of what any of that is.
Followed by the All-American Sloppy Joe. And a giant 2-foot chili cheese dog.
Okay.
All right. We didn't get there.
There you go. I guess you still got time to get there.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be rainy with a high of 72. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
This is Dale for North.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:50 and Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be rainy today with a high of 72. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
Scott Zolak is going to join us in just a few minutes. We'll be talking about Patriots football, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass. And I got to tell you, I'm sure he'll have plenty to say about that nightmare that happened on Sunday.
Listen, he was so sure of himself last week, and then we fell into that abyss. I don't know if we're going to recover.
No, I think we'll figure it out, and I'm sure Scott Zolak will be ready to rip in just a few.
So here's from the Westfield Community Forum.
Okay.
You ready? So odd question of the day. Anyone else not a fan of the new voiceover guy that got on Rock 102? And then the first comment is, personally, I think they talk too much in 102. I listen to Hartford since they actually play music. We play music.
We play lots of music. What are you talking about? I just played Aerosmith for you.
And then some guys, I'm the opposite. I like the morning show better with Steve and Bax.
Yeah.
Same. And then truth. And then, that's not very nice. Hey, Steve Nagle, this guy says you talk too much. And then I wrote, it's ... talk ... show.
The best part is you made him wait to get that answer.
And then the first guy is like, when the radio's on, I'm expecting music, not talk shows. 102.9 The Whale rules.
Oh, you're the guy listening to that.
And then some other guy goes, give the people what they want. More Tom Petty. Nobody wants that.
I know lots of people do. And I'm pretty sure we will give you more Tom Petty.
And then some lady says, I think this is an unpopular opinion. I get annoyed when they play songs in the morning. I'd rather listen to them babble.
You see, here's what you got.
Yeah.
You got a situation where absolutely nobody is 100% satisfied with what we do.
Right.
So,
yeah, I know.
What are we doing this for?
And then
who are we doing this for?
Some lady goes, I miss Bax and O'Brien. And I wrote, me too.
Well,
Rock 102 went down the drain. Too much talking, not enough music. It's another guy chiming in.
Are they aware we actually play more music now than we did when?
And then the first guy is like, "Hey,
years ago?
Hey, Steve Nagle, I got a teammate now." Because, somebody else is on board with him with more music.
Sure.
Afternoon has good music. All radio stations do now is talk. It's rare I hear an actual song on the way to work. Because you're probably traveling for 5 minutes of your day and you're listening to 7:35 to 7:40 while we're doing news.
Or doing commercials.
That guy Marty ruins the show. He's dull and always talks way too much when he comes down. Then I turn to another station.
So in the meantime, I'm getting stuff on the Route 10 Tire listener line. Says, we love when Marty's on. So what is it?
Oh, this is doing in real time. Some guy said this post will be brought up tomorrow morning on the morning show, I'm sure. Some guys just said, it just was. I like Steven Bax. Marty, I think, is too unsure of himself. But I understand that. Get it together, Capone. You're not a chance you're replacing Bax. Just saying. And then Capone isn't on the show. I saw him at the Funny Bone once. He's really funny. I think it's Caproni, actually. Again,
we can only appeal to so many people because there are plenty of people that just have no idea what the hell they do or appreciate it.
I haven't listened to radio since smartphones became a thing. And then finally, this lady goes, what about the way Nick Bouzakis says 22 on 22 News? It drives me crazy. He says 22.
Well, Brian Lapis is his boss, and even Brian says 22 News.
Yeah, well, they like
Brian.
Right, because the rest of them can't pronounce Aquanit for the life of them.
Or Brian Damage.
Yeah. So these are the things that the little people talk about. While we're not here. They go in. But I have, the Westfield Community Forum. It's a great community. And tonight is a $20 dinner and a comedy show that you can show off your stupid human tricks at and actually win a prize for it. So if you want to go and be a dink from a community forum,
tonight's the night.
That's tonight. And I have a pair of tickets for you if you want to that $20 dinner and a comedy show. 293-1021. 10th caller gets those tickets.
All right, good luck to you. It's 7:55 on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, it's an important day today for the Boston Red Sox. Why? Well, perhaps it has something to do with the idea that today, barring any cataclysmic activities in the universe or perhaps a natural disaster, the Red Sox can seal the deal and secure themselves a playoff spot today. Yeah, that's right. They can clinch as soon as tonight. How did it happen? Well, it gets complicated, so try to follow along. Last night, the Red Sox beat first place Toronto by a score of 7-1. Blue Jays, who are tied with the Yankees to lead the division, have lost 7 out of their last 10 games. Last night, Houston lost to the team formerly known as the Oakland A's for the second straight night. The Red Sox currently have the tiebreaker over Houston, and that means that the Red Sox magic number is now down to 1 game. So any combination of a Red Sox win and a Houston loss puts the Red Sox into the postseason. Tonight, the Red Sox wrap up that series with the slumping Blue Jays. The Astros, who are currently on a 5-game skid, will then wrap up their series with the A's tonight. If both teams win or both teams lose, the Red Sox magic number stays the same, at which point the Sox will return home for the final regular season series against Detroit, who are currently experiencing one of the worst late-season collapses in baseball history. Having led the AL Central by as many as 14 games in July, they've now lost 15 out of their last 20 games. Now, I'm not getting ahead of myself here, but the desperation and lack of confidence that was exuding from me just 2 days ago has suddenly blossomed into a cautious and reticent amount of modest confidence. I'm not saying the Red Sox are a bona fide lock to make the playoffs, and so many things can still go wrong. But it's very hard not to get swept up in the potential for unbridled optimism, and I'm just inches away from having that happen. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You paint in the kitchen? You got to go see Michelle at the Ludlow Rockies. Michelle loves to help paint with paint colors. She's the color queen of paint. Available right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware in Ludlow. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 8:09 and Rush with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be rainy today with a high of 74. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield.
Well, I was hoping to have a more lighthearted, happier discussion with Scott Zolak today, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass, windows, doors, siding, and more. It's on the phones right now. How you doing, Scott?
Good, guys. How we doing? A little wet today.
Yeah, it's a little sloppy. Not as sloppy as say like the Patriots were towards holding on to footballs, but close enough.
5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that game was so winnable, and they were so close. But when you make stupid, boneheaded error, you brain farts like this, I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, I threw 5 interceptions in one game in college, and we still won at the end of the game, which is a miracle. But you just feel like such crap after it because you played the worst game of your life and you don't deserve it. Well, they kind of deserved it on Sunday. That's how bad it was, the turnovers, because defense settled down. They did good. Rodgers wasn't great. They controlled that whole game.
Now, which one of those turnovers was the tipping point for the game, Scott?
Well, the one on the 1 yard line, that was a killer.
Yeah.
When we're going in, like we called it was a touchdown because he crossed the end line. He crossed the end zone, the end line there, or the goal line. And Bob's like, "Oh my God, the ball came out." And I'm like, "No, it didn't." I'm like, "Yes, it did." And we saw the replay. And I'm like, "Oh my God." Yeah, that's a killer, man. Because that's 7 points, and then Drake's interception, that was another 7 points.
When I'm watching the game and I'm watching all of that, it just seemed like. I know they want to get a running game going, and I totally understand that. It's an important component of the game. You know that better than we do. But if you can't trust your running back to be able to hold on to the ball, and he keeps dropping them one after another, is Stevenson long for this team? Because, unless they figure out how to fix this problem, if there is a fix, I just don't know if they can continue to rely on him.
I called the games, obviously, the last 13 years. I don't remember him fumbling that much last year, but it's 9 times since the beginning of last year. So this is a problem. It's a pattern. And, running backs are a dime a dozen, man, because, if you can't hold on to the ball, you're expendable. I wouldn't be shocked if he dresses this week but doesn't play. Just start Gibson and bring in Henderson to dose him. And you got to do something to show the team that, hey, this isn't acceptable. I probably wouldn't play him that much this week.
Now, is this more, do you think, like a ball security technical issue, or is it like a mental thing?
Well, it's really, it's a mindset. I think it is. You don't really change the way you carry the football throughout the course of time, right? It's a weird-shaped ball. It's got 2 points on it. You put your hand on the top point and put the other point in your little socket there between where your elbow is on the inside. You cover it up when you're getting hit. It's a personal. It's a mindset to me. That's mental.
All right, But
take punt and don't fumble.
But let's be honest here. If Bill Belichick were still coaching the Patriots, before every game he would dip that kid's hands in glue. He'd be chewing on glue sticks. He'd be putting mucilage all over his body. I mean, he'd do anything he can to make sure those hands are sticky. Yeah. You'd almost have to put your foot on his chest to pull the ball away from his hands if Bill Belichick were still there, because you know he'd find a way. But this is getting to the point where winnable games are being lost because of stupid errors.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. And it's like, remember the Titans, right? Remember when Petey fumbled? How many feet are in a mile, Petey? And he had to carry that football, all day. I remember when Damian Harris first got here and he fumbled. Belichick made him carry the football around the facility, and guys would walk around try to knock it out of his hand. But I mean, you could say, okay, yeah, that's a little extreme in that, but you think about it, like that's going to kick in your mind, and you think, oh crap, I got the ball, I can't fumble it. It's the way you remind guys. It's a mindset. It's totally mental. It's totally mental to me.
I was at the Big E yesterday, Scott, and I saw this
Were you?
make your own wax hand thing, and I'm like, you could sell more of these if you just label it the Ramondre Stevenson experience.
Well, you got to be slippery wax, right? Some waxes are.
Oh yeah, you got to dip them in grease.
What food you eat there? What kind of food you eat?
Unfortunately, I had the taste of a really crappy Dell's lemonade and a soggy dog from the Rhode Island building.
There.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, so that's a Rhode Island type flair right there.
Well,
from Rhode Island?
I have a real craw up my butt about the state of Rhode Island. I just don't like it, and I don't like anything that comes from it. And I proved that yesterday in a TikTok video by saying how awful these hot dogs and this Dell's lemonade was.
You got to understand here.
Oh my God!
You got to understand here, Scott. I grew up 10 minutes out of Providence, so. He's doing this mostly to kind of to flame me up.
Yeah, to egg you. Because he's obviously never been to only systems, New York only systems down there.
Am I right?
That's where we would go.
That's right. You have a whole...
The onions, and the old lady's got that sweat on her arm, and she lines up all those buns with some flavored salty taste of it, a little coffee milk, wash it all down. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, you have no idea what you're missing. The Olneyville hot dog, little wiener gaggers. Oh, my God, so delicious. He has no idea, Scott.
Look at
you.
Like
ass the whole day after that, though. Oh God!
Look at you two greasing each other up like you're Ramondre Stevenson in the game.
How much they even charge to get into Big E now?
Way too much money. It's $20 to get in, and then like everything, any food item is at least $15, except for the soggy. The soggy dog was only $8, but it was tiny, and you only got about $2 worth of flavor out of it anyway. So.
All right, don't make me come over there. The truth, I mean, you do need to have like Tom Brady money to really enjoy yourself fully at something like that. But I mean, people go.
Speaking of Tom Brady, did you hear what he's getting paid potentially to go over and play that one flag football game out over in Saudi Arabia?
That whole thing I think is absolutely ridiculous. What is the dollar amount? It's like 70 million something.
70 million for him
to play flag football. I mean, it's a game that's going to look like they're playing at the Kennedy compound.
Did you see that the money that is given to the LIV now has exceeded $1 trillion? Like, they have endless money. It doesn't matter. It's nothing to them. They can literally buy every sports franchise and own. Like, there's stuff written to where they won't allow that to happen, but they have so much money they can buy every sports team in every league and just run it and own them all.
Well, I mean, if he's making, I mean, that's not his fault. I mean, he's making money. I would take that deal in a heartbeat.
I'd take it in a second.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a matter of whether he would take it or not. The fact that it's coming to play flag football to me is like ridiculous. Yeah, but there's not even a market for it quite yet.
But there's somebody out there who wants to watch that.
I don't know who.
Yeah, I mean,
one of my friends.
To me, you'd have to.
None of you two guys. I'm talking to you. You don't want to watch that crap.
No, Scott, you would have had to run out of every other possible entertainment option for me to say, okay, well, maybe Australian rules football's off for the season. I'll go with the flag football instead.
I'd rather watch guys play tag.
Yeah.
You see the movie Tag with John Hamm and them? It's freaking Jeremy Renner. It's great.
What are you talking about? You just watched that on Sunday.
Well, you're real ass today.
He's on fire. I do want to ask you a couple of things. There've been a couple of questions about Christian Gonzalez. Apparently, there's some level of frustration that he's not playing yet from him. Do you think this is the weekend he comes in?
Better be, has to be. I mean,
Yeah.
we're at 8 weeks, man. I've never seen anything like this. I played with guys that ripped it, that tore it, that had setbacks. Now, there's a report the other day, Bert Breer had it last night. There was no setback. That this was not re-injured. So the timetable on it, and everybody's different. I get it. It's how you feel. You're sore, and he plays a critical position. You're out there in an island, hard to cover. Says he wants to play. He's a good kid. I like him, and I just don't want it to get to the point where fans really start getting pissed off about it. I think we're heading there.
The other question I had for you is a lot of questions about why Efton Chisholm isn't playing yet. What's your thought about him?
His foot hurt. He hurt his foot on that touchdown run where he broke 5 tackles out in Minnesota, so he had a bad foot there. I think that thing is right this week. So he made the team. He's just been inactive. I think the second he's active, you put him in there instead of Pop Douglas. I think we're done with Pop.
And having seen him play and seen him work things out,
yep.
Kid's the real deal. He's not just some sort of fly-by-night type of thing.
No, he's a cross between Edelman and Amendola. He's a lot more like Danny Amendola than he is Edelman. Edelman's a little more stout and stiffer. Tougher. Chisholm's a tough kid, but he catches everything. He's one of those guys that, if you're going to run this offense, you got to have a slot guy that catches the ball. Just Drake and Pop cannot get on the same page. He only has 3 catches through 3 games. You can't have that at the slot.
So the Patriots are at home this weekend against Carolina. Yep. Carolina is not a great team. They all share the same record, but
they stink. They stink.
They do stink. And Patriots, I think, are 5.5-point favorites. You take the Patriots on this one?
I'd take them, lay the points, yeah. I think they're going to win by 14 or more. Play a clean game. There's no way they fumble and turn the ball over this week. It's been a rough week of practice, I guarantee it for them. Vrabel won't say that, but I know how he is.
One of the things I actually liked about last Sunday against the Steelers, and say what you want, whether this is kind of like ballsy play calling or not. When they were on 4th down, they went for it almost every single time, and the rate of success was pretty amazing. You have to have a good deal of confidence in your offense to do that. What is it? What did they do? 4 or 5 times in the game? I mean,
they were 4-5. They were 4-5. The last one they didn't get. That was the one where Pop got tackled short.
Right.
But he was at the sticks. All he's got to do is fall forward, and he's got it. So it's not, they would have been 5-5. What it is, it tells you that they're better this year. I know the record's the same through 3 games as a year ago, but you can just tell if you watch a team, you know the team. It's different. It's a different feeling this year. They're going to be okay. They just got to iron all this crap out.
Yeah.
They're young and dumb right now, and they got to figure that out and become pros.
All right. So
Well, do you think they should open a Cinnabon franchise at Patriots Place since they're giving out turnovers left and right?
No, I mean, they got a dunk in there. You know that.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, a Cinnabon, it smells a little bit better.
I think Cinnabon's overrated. They're too pricey.
But they smell so good when you walk in there.
Oh, God, everything smells good. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah. Everything smells good at Gillette Stadium unless you're in the locker room. Then it doesn't.
Well, have 10 of those Onlyville hot dogs, and you won't be smelling too good.
But you don't care. You don't care because they're so delicious and wonderful.
True story. I try to eat as much raw onions before a game, like in the morning when you have omelet stations and that, because I start ripping them around noon, and my play-by-play guy just dies.
Oh, Bob is like dying in the booth.
Oh my God, it's awful. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's great strategy. All right, Scott, we'll talk to you next week.
Guys.
All right, Scott Zolak, brought to you by Window World of Western Mass. It's 8:21 on Rock 102.
No!
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:28, and Queen with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rain today with a high of 72. It's 65 in downtown Springfield. That's one of my favorite Queen songs.
That one is?
That one.
Really?
At the beginning, that whole like, when they're doing the drums and the dry, it just drops into the song. Yeah.
You like that?
I do like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Hey, listen, Thursday, October 16th, it is the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night at the Armory at MGM Springfield. Tom Cotter's the headliner. It's going to be a great night of laughs. You and I are going to be there along with the comedian Corey G. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. It's a night of laughs to benefit the open pantry of the Mayflower Marathon, which happens in late November. We'll give you more details about that as we get closer. But it's all brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aquapump, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
This weekend, you want to go hang out with the Hawkman? You can do so with Cars and Coffee. It's the 6th annual Cars and Coffee with the Hawkman. out in Ware. That's 117 West Street. It starts at 10 a.m. It goes to 1 p.m. and then they have trophies at 12:45.
Really?
Yeah. You get a
Interesting.
trophy from the Hawkman. So.
Like a participation trophy? Does everyone get a trophy, or just like the winning coffee maker?
I would coffee maker.
Well, it's coffees and cars, right?
Yeah, but it's the cars that they're judging.
I don't want to be going for the coffee.
You know, what's there to judge out for coffee and where? You got probably a Dunkin', you got a Starbucks. Well, I don't even know if there's a Starbucks.
In Ware? I don't think so.
Well,
but you do see a lot of cars in Ware, mostly up on blocks. But for the most part, they're still drivable.
They got in West. I think it's West Warren. They have the. What is that place? It's not a Dunkin' Donut. It looks like a Dunkin' Donuts, but it's called like Mr. Dinky or something.
Like Dippin' Donuts?
Dippin' Donuts or something.
Yeah.
It's something like that. Which is kind of like that. That's their version of the Starbucks / Dunkin'.
Well, did you ever see the movie The Founder?
Yeah.
So the McDonald's brothers, they start McDonald's, and all of a sudden, Michael Keaton, screws them, buys them out, takes all their land. Well, these two brothers decide, well, we're not done with this burger business. So they put together a business called M Burgers. And what happens?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton opens up a McDonald's right across the street. Guess what happens? Burgers.
They get knocked out.
They get knocked out by their own product.
So maybe Dinky Donuts in West Warren is taking all the business from everybody.
You just never know.
What's halfway between a Dunkin' and a Starbucks? Whatever this is in West Warren.
It's 8:31. News is next on Rock 102.
2 locations,
8:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by a TikTok video I just was sent to me. There's this woman who does things with... She turns your baby's placenta, the placenta that comes out after your baby's born.
Yeah.
She turns that into keepsakes. She can put it in little tablets.
Uh-huh.
She can make jewelry out of it.
Really?
She even there was one where it's an umbilical cord shaped like a heart inside of a frame, like it's dried out beef jerky.
Worst.
Like it's Jack Link's.
Worst precious moments ever.
Well, how important is that stuff
to keep?
To keep. Like, there's a lot of people out there that have these weird... That's a weird thing to keep.
There are some people that do more than just keep it around. There's some people that actually ingest it. There's some people that like to keep it for a memento so they never forget the experience. I think, having the kid would be enough to recall what just happened. But nevertheless, people have very strong ideas about that kind of thing.
A friendship bracelet? It's made out of my kid's umbilical cord. Look how precious this is. Hey, what's that hanging on your wall? That's also part of the placenta. She also takes the placenta and makes stamps. She stamps it on a piece of paper.
Oh,
to show
God's
you, so
sakes.
they do get rid of the placenta at that point, but at least you have a stamp image of it that you can hang in your living room.
I'm sure when the kid gets older, you'll be putting things like his report card on the fridge with a like a refrigerator magnet, or little pictures that he or she drew as a little kid. But if you're going to hang the placenta on the fridge.
Ooh, I made the fridge.
Oh, that's good. We're going to put a star on your forehead and put the placenta on the fridge. I'm going to probably not come to the house anymore.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going to probably say, I think I'll just stay out here in the driveway.
I saw a show in it was something it was a script of a TV show that was reprinted in Harper's Magazine years ago. Remember when magazines used to be a thing and they used to have like things
vaguely
you could read, these like things, and it was this British television show about how they were cooking it, and then they were like serving it as like a delicacy. I would never go to that person's house at all. If come over, we have pigs in a blanket and placenta.
If they invited me over for a potluck supper,
yeah,
I wouldn't work that hard to bring something good.
No, that's worse than that raisin broccoli salad.
It's much worse.
Would you like some umbilical rings like calamari?
Is that a blooming onion? No.
No. It looks kind of like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I listen, at that point, I might just bring a bag of chips.
Well, this lady's making a crap ton. Why can't I think of something like so stupid?
Well, you're
that I could
perfectly
make.
capable of thinking of things that are stupid.
No, but I mean to make lots of money off of. Like, I could jar up. You go to Bay State on any given day. Hey, before you throw those out, you load those up in my car. I got some keepsakes to make.
I'm building memories for families. That's what I'm doing.
I don't know what you were going to do with those, but you're clearly not using them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I would really want to keep.
2 men were arrested after their father, a Suffield fire captain, told them to beat up a man, according to documents. 25-year-old John Guzzi Jr. and 23-year-old Tanner Guzzi repeatedly punched a man at the direction of John Guzzi Sr., according to arrest warrants. Police said they were called to a home on August 8th for a domestic violence incident. The warrants said that John Guzzi Sr. suspected the victim of having a relationship with a woman his family knew. The Guzzi sons were arrested on August 28th. John Guzzi Jr. was charged with disorderly conduct, conspiracy to commit third-degree assault, 2 counts of third-degree assault, second-degree threatening physical harm, and second-degree reckless endangerment. Tanner was charged with disorderly conduct and conspiracy to commit third-degree assault. John Guzzi Sr. was charged with disorderly conduct a few days after the incident. They turned their dad in.
My dad told me to beat him up.
Well, I mean, probably shouldn't have your children fight your own battles for you.
Well, I mean, you're a fire chief. Can't you just go over and threaten somebody with a hose?
Can't you just not get involved in a fist fight?
Well, I mean, somebody was macking on this guy's chick.
There are other ways of handling a situation like that other than sending your children to fight your battles with you, even if you are, say, an appointed city official.
But think about that. You know, you're a man of power.
I'm a man of means.
Then along come 2.
They got nothing but the genes.
But they got different strokes. Different strokes. Different strokes to move the world. Yeah, I don't think this is like a different strokes situation. I don't think they're living in the penthouse in Suffield.
Perhaps not.
While these 2 boys, who he's trying to raise right. Even Mr. Drummond screwed up once in a while.
Arnold, I would like you to beat up another man. What you talking about?
What you talking about, Mr. D?
Someone was trying to mac on Kimberly.
Arnold, somebody was trying to take Mrs. Garrett in a very, very bad way.
What?
Yeah.
No!
Not my firefighter boyfriend.
That's it. I'm leaving and going to work at a girls' school instead.
I can't take this anymore. West Springfield High School went into a brief lockdown on Wednesday. The event lasted approximately 20 minutes, and after law enforcement investigated, it was determined there was no threat to students or staff. The cause for lockdown remains unconfirmed at this time, and details are limited. We will continue to bring the latest as we learn more. You know, these things happen like all the time.
The lockdown things?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not always something like a threat, which is why they should just come out and say it. Like my kid's school, they're like, listen, we had like a lockdown thing, but it wasn't like anything, there was nobody threatening anything. It was somebody had a medical emergency. And what they need to do is to keep everybody out of the halls and make sure that the EMTs and stuff can get to somebody who's suffering for something.
Right.
That's why they do the lockdown. They don't last that long. But it's important, I think, to tell why versus
well, you don't want
making,
you don't want to incite a panic.
No, but I think inciting a panic, you don't want to incite a panic by not saying
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
These people go on the forums, and then they're like, oh, my God. Somebody makes something up, and then all of a sudden it turns into something that it wasn't. And then you got all these people complaining, how come I wasn't notified about this? Because it wasn't real.
because it wasn't a threat. It was a medical emergency. We wanted to clear the hallway so they could attend to the person who's sick.
Yeah, it's something you should probably say.
Yeah.
A seemingly quiet neighborhood in Chicopee turned into a deadly crime scene on Tuesday afternoon, and on Wednesday, the alleged shooter appeared in front of a judge. The shocking incident that took a man's life happened in broad daylight around 2 p.m. The suspected shooter, 27-year-old Timothy Lynch, has been arraigned and pleaded not guilty. Chicopee police said they responded to a 911 call for a reported shooting at 26 Dayton Street, and when they arrived, they found a 59-year-old man lying in the driveway suffering from gunshot wounds to his abdomen. The victim was transported to Bay State Medical Center, where he died hours later. According to court documents, surveillance video in the area reportedly showed Lynch and the suspect in a dispute, followed by Lynch allegedly holding up a gun to the victim and walking towards him. While the video was obstructed when the gunshot went off, the document stated Lynch is seen driving away immediately after. They did find him later on that afternoon, stuck in traffic, and that's how they arrested him. But they want you to know that this is an isolated incident and not, not just some random person riding around shooting people. Because I think people were like, "Wait, this doesn't happen in this neighborhood."
Can happen in any neighborhood, really.
It really can.
Yeah.
It happens up in the hill towns. There's always
don't people in the hill towns usually shoot their guns up into the air out of celebration?
That's how people get hurt.
And they shoot their guns into the ground to make people dance?
Yes. Yeah. You've been there before.
I have.
Have you ever been part of one of those celebrations?
No. I'm a terrible dancer, even when bullets are being shot at my feet.
Usually somebody is being forced to get married because they knocked somebody else up.
Yes.
The shotgun wedding.
That is exactly what that is.
What's your don't knock it till you try it life hack?
The don't knock it till you try it life hack.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've really got one. I'd have to think about that.
Pilates is number one.
Oh, no.
It's great for everyone, but it's life-changing if you're over 50. This is why you should try it.
Pilates?
Yeah.
I don't see myself going Pilates.
Frozen towels. Putting a damp paper towel or regular towel in the freezer for a few minutes, then using it to cool down your face and neck.
I don't do that.
Heating towels. If you're reheating meat, pasta, rice, or pizza in the microwave, put a wet paper towel over the food. It keeps them from drying out.
Okay.
Folding laundry while watching trash TV.
Well,
I do that all the time.
It doesn't matter what I'm watching on TV. I'll fold towels if I'm watching football.
Cheez-Its in soup instead of crackers. Depends on what kind of soup it is.
Yeah, I mean, Cheez-Its are delicious.
Freezing grapes.
Nah, I don't do that.
And people do that to chill their wine, though, so they don't get the water down in the wine. Putting toothpaste on mosquito bites.
That works.
They'll disappear, or at least not itch anymore, within minutes. And but what kind of toothpaste? There's all different kinds of toothpaste out there. Are you using the one with the baking soda in it, or are you using the one with the gel fluoride in it? A tiny pinch of salt and coffee.
I've never done that.
Yeah. And on watermelon.
On watermelon, it's delicious.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My father used to eat cantaloupe with salt and ice cream.
The first time I saw it done, I thought, well, that's crazy. But then I tried it, but it really enhances, not a lot of salt, but a little bit of salt really enhances the flavor of the watermelon.
He'd take half a cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Put a scoop of pecan ice cream in there.
Okay.
And then put salt on it, and then eat it.
It probably tastes a lot better than you might think. Like I said, on a watermelon, it's quite good.
Homemade takeout. After making burgers or sandwiches, wrap them in foil, like a deli.
Yeah.
And it'll feel like you're eating at a restaurant.
See about that.
I guess so. Well, there you go. Your Pioneer Valley 4K. We had nothing going on, so I just had to...
Well, we got something going on, don't we?
Well, now we do.
Yeah.
But I just had to limp us to get to 8:45.
Well, thanks for limping along.
Rainy today with a high of 72. It is 65 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
It's a Rock. It's 8:51, and John Mellencamp with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rainy today with a high of 72. Tomorrow, though, mix of sun and clouds. A pretty nice weekend. Actually, a great weekend to go fishing.
The Pioneer Valley Carp Classic begins tomorrow, and on the phone with us to talk about it is Josh Carroll. Good morning, Josh. How are you?
Hi, great. Thanks, Steve.
Well, that was Bax. I'm Steve, but it's okay.
It's not a competition here.
Yeah, we want to know what's going on with the Carp Classic. Tell us all about this.
Yeah, so we here at the Fishing Hole are hosting the Pioneer Valley Carp Classic this weekend. It's a carp fishing derby on the Connecticut River, and it's all to benefit Shriners Children's New England. All proceeds to the derby and any raffle ticket sales. There are cash prizes for the top 10 longest carp, including some bonus prizes for special fish like mirror carp and catfish. Also, there's a single tagged carp released somewhere between the Connecticut border and the Holyoke Dam, where if captured by a ticket holder this weekend, it will pay out $100,000.
Get out of here! $100,000. So this fish has been tagged, and it's possible it's not even in the area anymore, right?
Well, it's definitely in the area. It's carp tend not to travel too far. You know, I'll talk to people who catch the same carp fishing from the same spot weeks later. So somewhere between the Connecticut border and the Holyoke Dam is where it was released, and it's going to be in between there this weekend for sure.
But the regular prizes, range from $75 for a 10th place to $1,000 if you get the longest carp. So I mean, there's a lot of chances to win, really cool prizes here.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, even if that tag carp isn't captured this weekend, we do still have prizes. Like you said, $1,000 is the top prize, $750 for second place, $500 for third place. So it is a pretty big derby, regardless.
Now, listen, Josh, I'm not a fisherman, although I've known to be a masturbator, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
But what is the biggest mirror? What is that?
Yeah, so a mirror carp is it's a genetic mutation of a normal carp, and it has different patterns. It doesn't have as many scales. It's very, very distinctive, and it is a special thing, somewhat rare and unique. So we are giving a separate bonus pot of $200 to someone who captures the biggest mirror carp, because they come along in the mix.
And then there's catfish out there as well?
Yes, catfish. While people are carp fishing, catfish is a pretty common bycatch. And just in case someone's only in on the cats and not the carp, we did want to give a prize to the longest catfish captured as well.
Now, just so everyone understands here, you buy tickets, and they're still available now?
Yes, that is the case. Yep, tickets are on sale right now at the Fishing Hole. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about the meetings we're holding at Stoney's Pub, where we'll have them for sale as well.
Ooh, Stoney's Pub.
What kind of meetings are going on at Stoney's?
Yeah, so the other side of things here, in order to support the Shriners, we do have two meetings at Stoney's Pub in South Hadley, both at 5 o'clock tonight and 5 o'clock on Sunday. All are welcome to attend because we'll have tons of raffles, donated prizes by so many local businesses to support the Shriners with us. So many local restaurants, bars, breweries. We have free oil changes and car washes, haircuts and manicures, a round of golf, 100 gallons of heating oil, and so much more.
Oh.
So we encourage everyone who's able to attend to swing by Stoney's Pub in South Hadley tonight at 5 and Sunday at 5.
Hey.
To come hang out, meet some fishermen, and buy some raffle tickets, support a super worthy cause.
I never knew fishing and drinking went together.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit.
This is the first time hearing about this, Josh. This is all new information. But nevertheless, this is, the Shriners is, like you say, a really great organization. This is a really cool event, and there's a lot on the line if you happen to troll for the right carp.
That is definitely the case. So I just wanted to remind everyone, you don't need to be a derby participant to come to Stoney's. Will have tickets on sale tonight at the meeting that starts at 5. But even if not, I think it would just be great to come down and meet some people, and support, like I said, support the Shriners, which they do so much great work around here and across the whole country.
All right, awesome. Josh Carroll, Pioneer Valley Carp Classic starts tomorrow at noon and Sunday at 4, and it's all to benefit the Shriners Children's Hospital of New England. Josh, we appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Bax and Steve. I do appreciate it.
No problem. It's
good luck, everybody.
It's 8:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.